My personal goal was for Ridgeview, to become the dominant factor, healthcare factor, in the western and southwestern portion of the metropolitan 7 counties. That was always my goal. And that was what we were doing, and the emergency department was critical to that.
I think John had the unique ability to get personnel that really shared his vision for strong leadership. He could pick out the right individuals to help support his vision.
I've thought of an analogy that growing a hospital is like growing a tree. And so he was involved in the planting and when it was small, and he was smart enough to put it on a piece of ground that had room to grow.
Ultimately, in the John Devens era, we built a new ER and began bringing in full-time ER staff that were residency trained and board certified in emergency medicine.
Well, he was a powerful force and definitely had a vision for Ridgeview in a big way, and set the stage for us to play like the big guys.
I loved every day that I was there. 37 years, 4.5 months. That's a long time.
And there were a whole string of candidates came in. And there was this tall guy from New Ulm with a plaid suit on. And it kind of blew our socks off. We knew this was a keeper.
Actually, I started here in October of 1996 and really took the job because I wanted to be able to run my own organization and have that opportunity to see where I could take Ridgeview next.
He really had a lot of energy for expansion and new ideas, and he just had a lot of youthful enthusiasm.
And I knew that Ridgeview had a great, stable foundation under John Devens, and so it was a good starting point.
Bob's a visionary with more visions than you can imagine.
He had this national perspective of the industry as a whole. He has a good view of the community by being right here in the community and living in the community about what its needs are and being part of it. And then he can translate that into how can we be an effective role in this metropolitan area with a highly competitive industry. And then he uses his vision to figure out what we can do as this little, smaller, independent hospital system.
That leadership style was very important because that's when healthcare really started going through very dynamic changes in financing and care delivery models.
I've been blessed with boards, both the medical center board and the foundation board, that were willing to take some risks, willing to think outside the box in many ways, and the foundation board, which always stepped to the plate. No matter what we asked of them, they always seemed to say, yep, we can do that, we can help out. Growth really has been phenomenal in many ways. And just in sheer numbers of employees, I think we're over 2,000 employees today. In numbers of sites, I think we're up to 16. The fact that we now have acquired 2 other small hospitals and brought them into our organization. So the growth has been great. I think my greatest accomplishment was surrounding myself with really high quality, exceptional people with huge hearts. And when you surround yourself with good people, you can accomplish way more than doing it by yourself. And so I think my greatest accomplishment was just having a lot of really good people around me. They made me look good, I think.
The fact that both Bob and John gave opportunities for the personnel to grow in their jobs and advance into other areas within the Ridgeview system really built up a real strong commitment and allegiance to Ridgeview. And I think that carries on today.
Bob did a super job. Follow-up of exactly everything that I really would have done myself. We are the healthcare facility in the western and southwestern portion of the 7 counties.
In working with Mike, he really has continued that vision for growth at Ridgeview and the surrounding associated clinics by developing the Ridgeview Community Network. that really was his baby.
Mike was a natural choice from my perspective. He had 13 years of experience here in various roles. He has a big heart, and I think the medical staff and our employees trust him. He's always followed through on what he said he would do, and I think that he'll do very well as the CEO.
It's obviously very humbling and an honor to be chosen by the board. It's a place where I can rub elbows with people that I know whose lives I'm affecting, and that's really why, you know, as I've held different executive roles here, I really felt good about the opportunity to become president and CEO, that now I could not only continue to have that feeling, but also help others and lead others in that same affair.
As Bob was out there dreaming, someone had to make those dreams a reality, and Mike had to make them really work with our system that we have here and put them into operationally in place. And we've been watching Mike as the board, him actually making Bob's dreams come from a dream to a reality, and he's been able to do that. Now going forward, we think we're at a phase where we need some stronger operational kind of pieces. We need to take what we have and make it work, and make it work very well. And Mike's already been doing that.
The day that we all met for a picture of the 3 CEOs of Ridgeview was a great honor. To get to talk to John Devon.
Well, keep it up.
I will try my best. I do my best. In fact, you should know John still has some really good ideas and shared them with me that day. So, and also made sure that I know that there are big shoes to fill, and I hope I certainly can accomplish that.
Our 3rd CEO in 54 years. Wow.
Thanks to Ridgeview, I have my mom and my sister back.
Thanks to Ridgeview.
Our son Patrick is here with us today.
Thanks to Ridgeview, I get to be a mom.
Ridgeview saved my mom's life.